Today's a big day. It's my last day here in Poland. Last day seeing this view. Sad times. Just cleaned up the room. It's empty and bare. So I need to make this one quick. Because I've got other things to do today. So it was motivation. The first one I'm going to put down as carrot and stick, pain and pleasure, just the basics. Of course, we're all naturally, we naturally move away from pain and towards pleasure. Something that is kind of, it seems to me like the foundation of Tony Robbins stuff. Is just try to associate pleasure with what you want to do and pain with what you don't want to do. And Charles Duhigg, I think, of The Power of Habit, said that it's so just animal that you can actually work out, you can do a bunch of push-ups and then have a square of chocolate immediately afterwards. It has to be immediately afterwards. And you'll start to associate the pleasure of the square of chocolate with working out. Which is fascinating because obviously we're trying to get away from the pleasure of that kind of that artificial zing of sugar or whatever. You can actually use it to positively reinforce what you want to do. On the other side, there's a product that I haven't tried myself, but some people have had success with it, called Pavlok, where you wear something on your wrist. You tap it and it gives you a little electric shock. You can also wire it up to your phone, so if you spend too long on a certain app, I think, it will shock you, or something like that. So you can eat something that you shouldn't be eating and then constantly shock yourself. It's obviously not dangerous shock levels, but it's enough to give you like an unpleasant jolt. You can eat something that you don't, or you can smoke and tap it whenever you take out the cigarette, and then when you light it, tap it again, and every puff you take, tap it again. And yeah, people have had experiences where they just want to do the thing less and less. So if you combine those two, it could be extremely, that could be enough to get you to motivate, to self-motivate just through association in the animal part of your brain. Also, this goes through the whole gamut. Actually, this is the base, but it also goes through right to the kind of higher level stuff that I've been getting into recently by David Hawkins, talking about the scale of consciousness, from shame at the bottom to enlightenment at the top and everything in between. And repressed emotion. Okay, so this is the deeper stuff that I'll cover more at the end of this little series. But the big thing that I got from David Hawkins that changed, I wouldn't say it changed everything, but it was huge for me, was accepting that everything that we hold on to that's negative is because of some little pleasure that we get from it. Usually secret, because we don't want to be honest that we enjoy hating someone, but we do kind of enjoy hating someone. We think we're right, they're worse. We think about how wrong they are. With that kind of stuff, it's easy to see, but there is also a pleasure to be had from the really dark levels of self-loathing and like self-pity. Pity can be a drug, I've heard say, from someone who had a really horrible debilitating disease or that stunted growth and other things, but he became a public speaker, and he said in his early days he was just addicted to pity from other people, so he would just go on with other people and they'd be like, oh, it's okay, and so he gets some satisfaction from that. So from the basic animal stuff to that higher stuff where you'll start to talk about enlightenment and like higher states of consciousness or whatever, and repressed emotion, the same thing still applies. It's like a universal law. If you're going to go towards something, it's because something attracts you towards it. So in that way, it shouldn't really be carrot, should it? It should be Twinkie Twinkie and cattle prod. So yeah, that's the foundation of motivation, in my view. Alright, let's get on with the day.